The personal improvement, the personal development space it's full of coaches, teachers, influencers, people who are sharing the kind of the knowledge and the wisdom that they've accumulated, that they've mm, gathered together, and that has had a useful and beneficial influence on their life, help them create, in a lot of cases, more wealth, more success. There's health influencers, there's relationship influencers. I mean, there is an abundance of just wisdom and knowledge on the market, and it's people selling their wisdom and knowledge. And there's a fellow that I follow. His name's Jesse Elder. But just if you and I've got no skin in this game, and Jesse doesn't know me from anybody else. But if you ever follow Jesse Elder, you'll see. I mean, this guy's he's a powerhouse. You can find him on social media. But he was the first person I saw this phrase, and he used that we are in a wisdom economy. And I love that. We're in a wisdom economy where people are packaging their wisdom and their knowledge more now than ever before in like the history of man. And I work with a lot of real estate investors. Like, I think real estate investors probably make up 85% of all the students I have enrolled in my workshops and in my courses and in my mastermind. And the real estate investors are just hungry for knowledge and wisdom. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And in the real estate investment space, the investors talk about OPM, using other people's money. Now, what this means is if you take really, really successful real estate investors, wealthy and successful real estate investors, they don't use any of their own money to fund deals. They don't use any of their own money to grow. They'll go borrow your money, give you a healthy return on your money, and then they'll go and purchase that property. They'll flip that property, or they'll rehabilitate that property. They'll flip it or whatever, and then they'll give you back your money with interest. And that protects their money, but they'll give you a healthy return on the money that they borrowed from you. And they'll just keep building their real estate portfolio in a way that they're just using other people's money to fund their own wealth. And they give them back a healthy return on their investment. There's always a healthy return on your investment. But this way, they don't have to tap into their own financial reserves. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So other people's money is the way to fund wealth. Like, I mean, just about every real estate investor that I know is borrowing or has borrowed or is highly leveraged in terms of they let other people's assets fund their wealth and their success. And this is the same way in the wisdom economy. This is the same thing we do with other people's wisdom. OPW, other people's wisdom. You go find out a shortcut. You go find out what someone else did to overcome the problem that you have. Like, because no matter what problem you have in your life, please understand, no matter what problem you have in your life right now, whether it's in your health and your wealth and your success and your relationships, no matter what problem you're experiencing right now, millions of other people have experienced those problems, the same exact problems. And in a lot of cases, people have overcome those same problems. And in some cases, people are now selling their knowledge and selling their wisdom and selling that solution and helping you kind of have a shortcut by using what they've already learned. Other people's wisdom, other people's knowledge. And listen, I'm one of those folks. I'm one of those folks. That's why you're listening to this podcast episode. That's why you're watching this video. That's why you're listening to this session, is because I've accumulated some knowledge and some wisdom and some insights, some, I guess, just some useful information that's changed the trajectory of my life, and it'll change the trajectory of yours. And it's almost like a cheat code. A good friend of mine, John Barbera, brother, shout out to you. He talks about the only thing school ever taught him was how to be a successful entrepreneur. Because and he says it tongue in cheek, but it's he means it literally. School taught him to cheat. In elementary school, he wasn't a very good student, and elementary school taught him how to cheat. And that's why he is a successful entrepreneur nowadays, is because he's learned how to effectively cheat. He knows he doesn't have to remember the information. He doesn't have to go and find the information himself. He doesn't have to learn the information. He just needs to buy the information from you, or he just needs to go and ask you for that answer. He just knows that he's going to, he could take a shortcut to the same success that maybe it took somebody else 10 years. He's like, that person that it took them 10 years to learn that, and they'll sell it to me for a whole lot less than it took them. And I just want the information. I don't want to have to go and learn it myself. I just want their solution. So I want to go and buy it. I'm going to deploy it, and I'm going to get the solution, but I'm going to collapse the timeline. So being an entrepreneur has, being a poor student, a bad student, made him a successful cheater. And it's learning how to cheat successfully, ethically and morally, but learning how to cheat effectively has given him a shortcut and shortened the timeline that it took him to be a successful entrepreneur. Shout out to you, brother. You ever heard A students work for B students? C students own the companies, and D students are the investors. Guys, this is a game. We are living in a world of collapsing the timeline to results, and you never need to do it on your own. And you never need to journey the whole entire journey to learn everything you need to know. You could just go out and literally buy the solutions and implement somebody else's solutions using other people's wisdom. And that's what this episode is about. It's about the effectiveness of utilizing other people's wisdom. Now, listen, if you go to, look, shameless plug, if you go to my website, www.innerwealthglobal.com, links are all in the show notes. And if you go to my website, I've got a free mini course. I've got a video course. I've got a mastermind. I put on workshops. I offer all these things, and these are all solutions to problems in your life that I've learned from solving problems in my life. And guess what? I hired coaches to help me traverse the problems in my life. And I just repackage and repurpose that information with other knowledge and wisdom that I've accumulated. And I just do the same. I just pass it on to someone else. And we're utilizing other people's wisdom, other people's knowledge, other people's information in order to shortcut the results and to create a powerful life, powerful business, and shrink the timeline. That's the critical part. I just want the results. I don't need the pain that somebody else might have experienced to get the results. I want to pay for their pain so that I could get the results without all the pain. I hope this is making sense. So if you go to my website, www.innerwealthglobal.com, there's going to be this pop-up, and in the pop-up and on the front page, it allows you to connect with a mini course. It's called the Choose Your Destiny video mini course. And listen, in this mini course, there's 3 videos. It's very, very simple. It's 3 videos. But if you've listened to this podcast for any sustained period of time, there's 3 steps of the creation process. You can create anything you want in your life. You can have anything you want. You can be anybody you want. You can do anything you want. And there's 3 simple steps. Is 1, getting clear about what you want. Number 2 is becoming certain that you can have it. And number 3 is remaining committed to the process until it shows up and that you get to harvest the rewards of the clarity and the certainty that you create. And we make life way harder than it is. But all the wealthy and successful people that I work with, and I work with a lot of them, understand this simple process. You get clear about what you want, you let go of doubts, and you start taking inspired action towards creating what you want. And then you just stay in the game until it's created. And it works every single time, 100% chance. And in the video mini course, I give you I give you the process, but I give you the work for the first step. Because believe it or not, that's the most critical step. Getting clear about what you want is the most critical step. And I give it away for free. Like shamelessly, connect with that mini course. I give it away for free. And you know what? I get people that connect with that mini course. And I can see how many people actually open that mini course. And I've watched over the last 6 years of building a coaching business that, probably 1 out of every 10 people actually crack the information that they register for. It's pretty sad, really. Like, people are looking for more. They're looking for something in their life. They're looking for more success. They're looking for more wealth, more health, more love. They're looking for more vitality. They're looking for more meaning and purpose in their life. And then they understand that there's something that they're looking for. They go out and find a way to create it. They register for it. They download it, whatever. Typically, it's free. And, if you've ever heard the adage, when you pay attention. But oftentimes people are looking for the free solution. And when it's free, you don't really value it at a high level. And then you register and it just goes in your inbox and you never really open it. But I want to tell you about somebody that connected with a video course of mine recently. And this is the second step. It connected with the mini course, went on to the next step, completed the full course. And then we had an after connection. We talked through the results of the full course. And he said, Mike, I spent a full day doing this course, a full day. I dedicated 1 full day to the full video course. And it was an intense day. And the very first step in the process is getting clear about what you want and who you're going to become in the process of creating this thing, this new life. And when you get clear about what you want and you actually do the work in the mini course and in the full course, in the first section, in the clarity section, it will literally bring tears to your eyes. When you do the work that's in this mini course, when you do the work in the full course, it will literally bring tears to your eyes because of the emotional connection that you have with the life that you've stopped dreaming about. And in the courses, it just helps you reignite that dream and reignite that inspiration that's inside that you probably forgot about a long time ago. But when you reignite that passion, when you reignite that dream, when you reignite that inspiration that's inside of you, it will literally bring tears to your eyes. And he said, Mike, I took the whole day to do this course. And every time in the clarity section, you create a vision for your life, the life that you're creating. That kind of gives you that due north, that compass, that inner compass, and gets you on track with the life that you were literally always here to experience and to create and to connect with. And when you connect with that vision, when you reconnect with that vision on a daily basis, it will literally bring emotion to the surface because you become more emotionally connected to your future than the past. And you give up all hope for a better past, but you reignite the hope of a more prosperous and more powerful, more purposeful future. And when he connected with this vision, the vision of the life that he's always dreamt about, he said it literally brings tears to my eyes when I think about it. And then he took this other bold step. He went on to the next section and he started doing the certainty work. And what this is in the second section, it helps you really understand the stories and the doubts and the fears that you have inside of your mind and body that have always kept you a little stuck. And when you connect to these stories and you start to see the bullshit that you have locked and invested in these garbage stories that are in your mind and that are trapped in your fears, when you really start to understand the insanity that's locked and buried away in these stories, again, it brings you to another level of clarity. Then you start to feel more competent and more capable because you see the garbage stories that you've been hiding behind. Then he took another step, another bold step. He went into the commitment section. And for anything wherever you are now and wherever you want to be, there are probably 2 to 3 things that you need to stop doing that you're doing that's keeping you stuck. And there's probably 2 to 3 things that you need to start doing in order to start moving the needle in your life. And when you get clear about those things and you commit to doing the things that you need to do and stop doing the things that you need to stop doing, like how can it be complex? It becomes a very simple game. But here's what he did different than everybody else that's connected with these courses. He actually did them. It's amazing. He actually did them. Instead of just registering for it and letting it sit in his email, he actually did the work. And in a follow-up, he was getting emotional and his eyes started tearing up just talking about what he's learned from this course. And guys, all this course it's me collapsing the timeline and giving you in a day's worth of work what it's taken me 7 years to accumulate and to understand and to connect with. It's 7 years, and I package it in a way that delivers it to your fingertips. In some cases, some steps for free, but other steps that, require a small financial investment because I've taken the last 7 years of my life and I've dedicated it to this work. Now, I'm not alone in this journey. There are influencers and there are teachers and there are sages and there are wise people all over, wise masters all over the world that have packaged their wisdom and their knowledge and their insights in ways that are valuable, that are relevant, that are game-changing, that are remarkable, and will help you create a more powerful future. And it just takes you connecting with them and you actually doing the work. But if you don't connect with them, you're taking the hard road. And if you register and you don't do the work, you're again choosing the hard road. Because no matter what problem you have in your life, the solution exists in the world. The question is, do you believe that you're valuable enough to shortcut and to cheat and to adopt somebody else's knowledge and wisdom, to use other people's knowledge and wisdom? And yes, in a lot of cases, you do have to make a financial investment in yourself. Because when you pay attention. And if you think about how many times a day you don't appreciate the oxygen that you're constantly breathing, that's keeping you alive. When you think about how infrequently you feel grateful for the oxygen that you're breathing, it's because it's free and you've taken it for granted. Because when you pay attention. And things that are free, they seldom get your attention. Guys, the answers, the solutions to your problems are all over this planet. And we're living in the wisdom economy. And the difference between most and my man Casey, shout out to you, my man. the difference between most people and Casey is not only did Casey register, Casey did the fucking work. And that's why when I was looking Casey in the eyes, he started getting emotional. Because at that moment, he started to feel more valuable. He started to feel more confident. He started to feel more competent. He started to feel more confident and just fully capable of creating the life of his dreams. And all he did was use 7 years of my learning and my insights in order to collapse the timeline down into one day. The answers are all around you. If you're interested in taking a step with me, go to my website. On the front page, grab the mini course. It'll give you the very first step in the process. There's 2 exercises in the clarity step of the process. And this is the creation process of clarity, certainty, and commitment. I give you the first section, clarity, for free. This is the most needle moving part of this entire journey. And inside of that section, there's 2 exercises. And when you get value out of that, opt into the full video course. Or even better yet, come to the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive and do this work with me and with the community that I've built. But either way, grab the mini course, do the work, take another step, do the video course, come to my Vision Intensive, and let's keep going. You don't have to do it all your own. You don't have to be alone in this journey. But either way, do the work. Use other people's knowledge, wisdom, and collapse the timeline. I've put the links in the show notes. I've put the links to the mini course and to the full course and to the Vision Intensive. They're all called Choose Your Destiny. It's the same work, different formats. I've put the links to all 3. The next Vision Intensive is November 18th and 19th, 2023. The next one after that is January 27th and 28th, 2024. They're 2 powerful days. And whether you choose to do it with me and a group of other people, alone in the full video course, or even if you choose to just stop at the mini course, come get started. You don't have to be alone, and you don't have to settle for the life that you've always settled for. Take a step. You won't regret it. But either way, connect with something in the show notes, and I'll see you on the other side.